This is where it all begins. This is where it all begins. A moment to feel alive. This is where it all begins. A moment to feel alive. This is where it all begins. A moment this good to hear and stay alive. Yeah. A moment to feel alive. This is where it all begins.
Good evening, everyone. How are you today? I just realized my mic wasn't on. I'm Lynn Tan, and welcome to another edition of PHYTO Hair Talk. And this is a weekly live program where I'll hone in on the next 30 or 40 minutes or so to be really interesting and informative and interactive. I really want us to be interactive. So please type in your questions into the comment section of our Facebook Live and I'll answer all of them, yeah? Also, great news. Today is the 7th day of the 7th month of the year. And I thought it'd be great if PHYTO can give away more products. So we're giving away 7 PHYTO Detox Spray. Yeah. Each of these sprays are worth $39.90. So it's really generous. Thank you very much. All you have to do in order to win one of these products, the PHYTO Detox Spray, is to tag 7 or more friends in our comment section below. So we're celebrating the 7th day of the 7th month, and we're giving away 7 of these products, okay? This awesome spray. What's this spray about? This spray is a spray that you can just spray on your scalp. It cleanses. You can spray your scalp, you can spray on your hair. It cleanses your hair. It smells wonderful. It has a great scent of, it's got eucalyptus inside. It's got kumquat, so it's very refreshing. It's purifying with the eucalyptus, and it's detoxifying with burdock. Are you familiar with burdock? Burdock is what the Chinese we call niu bang. Are you familiar with niu bang? Yes. So niu bang is something that Japanese eats. We eat it in Japanese side dish. I love that side dish. I'm crazy about it. And we also use it in our soups. We cook it in our herbal brews and our Chinese soups. It's really good. It's a powerhouse of antioxidants and remove toxins from the blood. A great product we use, and it's found in this spray. Yeah. So when we spray PHYTO Detox on our hair is really fresh and it feels clean and it sanitizes your hair. So now that we're so busy sanitizing our hands, we must also sanitize our hair, because especially people like me with long hair, we touch it a lot, we tie it, we touch it. And if it's dirty, we put it on our face again. So it's very important that whenever we go out, when we come back home, or we go back to the office, we should sanitize also our hair with this product, okay? Because it's antibacterial. Very important. So now you can either buy it from our stores or you can just get it for free. Today we're giving away 7 pieces. Yes, so good luck to you. We'll announce the winners at the end of the show. Yes. So again, any questions whatsoever, please write into the comment section below of our Facebook so that I can really help to answer all your questions and your doubts or anything you have about your scalp and your hair, okay? So today's topic again, we're going to talk about oily scalp and what are the causes and how can we also then detox our scalp and our hair. So let's get into it right now, all right? As you know, I love to show diagrams. So let me show you our first diagram. This diagram, as you can see, is our hair follicle. This hair follicle is the same. All of us have the similar hair follicle in scalp, looks like this. And I want to draw your attention to our hair bulb. And each hair bulb has a sebaceous gland. You notice there's a red circle I circled around it. That's our sebaceous gland. So all of our hair bulb will come with at least 1 or 2 sebaceous glands per hair bulb. Yeah, so it's really important, and we're born with it. We're born with the hair bulb, and we're born with the sebaceous glands, okay? So you remember when you're babies, you can see they have cradle caps and things like that, because the sebaceous gland, the production is very low. So sometimes some of them are very dry and then it starts to flake a lot, the poor babies, yeah, when they were just born. But as they grow older, it becomes better. And the scalp seem to be very clean. They don't seem to be they're just sweaty when when they run around a lot, the kids, but they don't smell, right? But when they hit a certain age, like puberty, that's when our sweat and our body starts to smell and our scalp suddenly becomes really oily. Yeah, and the reason for that is because our sebaceous glands at the point of puberty is producing at 500 times the production rate. So your factory now is like at full force, which is why we have a lot of acne as we are hitting puberty. We get dandruff problems, and also partly because we have really oily skin and really oily scalp. Yeah, and we can have as many as 900 sebaceous glands within 1 square centimeter of our skin. Can you imagine? So your whole scalp is also filled with it. Your whole face is also filled with it. Yeah. Um, so what happens is, why do we then need the sebaceous gland? It's really important function. Everything is there for a reason. We need our sebaceous gland because its main function is to lubricate our skin and our hair. If we don't have it, we'll be very itchy and we'll start flaking a lot. Like sometimes we go to a country that's very dry, we start to feel that how come our skin is so dry and start to itch because it's dry, right? So therefore, it would be the same problem if we don't have enough sebum. So our sebum makes our hair shiny, it makes our hair supple, it makes our skin smooth, but we cannot have too much of it. Yeah, too much of it, we have a problem. Too little, also have a problem. So depending on your genetic, how you're born, your genes, depending on your lifestyle and your hair type, your hygiene habits, the amount of sebum you produce would then differ. Yeah. So if you if you happen to go to one of our stores at Ion or Parkway, or even at Robinson's Hiren or Takashimaya, where we have a counter, a PHYTO counter, over there you can come and enjoy a scalp analysis diagnosis from our experienced staff. And when you look under the diagnosis machine, you will notice the difference between a sweaty scalp and a oily scalp. Okay, so let me elaborate a bit more. If you look at the slide right now, you would see that if you are sweaty, the sweat glands is separated from the hair bulb. It's not within the hair bulb like the sebaceous glands is. So whenever you're sweaty, what you see on the diagnosis machine is very wet skin. All the parts here, the white skin, will be wet. That means that you were sweaty, you're sweating, and you perspire. That's very normal. Yeah. But if you notice, for someone with oily scalp, you will see that, if you look at the arrows, you see that there are puddles of oil that is soaking our hair pore. Yeah, because why? Our sebum is produced within each hair bulb and it travels upwards and then it will soak up this area here. So by looking at the scalp analysis machine, we can very clearly see whether you're a sweaty person or you truly have an oily scalp problem. Yeah, so it's very different. So again, any questions, please feel free to write into the comment section. So again, I want to remind you, if there's too little sebum, our scalp becomes dry and tight and also sensitive. But there's too much of it, it becomes a problem like this. You can see again, the whole hair bulb is soaked. Your scalp is inflamed. It feels a bit sensitive. Everything, the hair gets stuck together because it's so sticky, it's so oily. Sometimes it starts to flake like this, and you start to have dandruff problems as well. Yeah, and what happens after this is, if you have the sebum there for too long and you don't get it washed off or cleansed off properly, it starts to clog up. It starts to clog up like this. Can you look at this? This is when the sebum starts to harden and it clogs your pores. And that's bad news, because when you clog anything like a drainage, it needs to go through, right? It has to flow. When you have a clog like this, then your blood circulation is not there. The whole circular system is not working well. It's clogged, and you end up having a lot of problems. Dandruff is one, and hair loss. Yeah, so it's really important that we find the right products, and we have to cleanse it really well. Our body sheds the new cells. So Worst case scenario is when the body is shedding the cells and you're having hyper sebaceous glands that's overloaded due to many reasons, and it produces a lot of sebum. If you remembered my last session, a couple of sessions ago, I talked about dandruff. There are particular fungus in our body, in our scalp, that loves to feed on the sebum. And the more you have the sebum, the more it feeds on it, and it creates a lot of irritation and it creates a lot of dandruff. Yeah. If you have dandruff problems like this, you may want to go and visit one of my videos from a couple of weeks back, which is about dandruff. So in the poor hygiene or neglected cases like this, what happens is you have this thing called a seborrheic dermatitis or scalp eczema. It's very severe because your scalp is highly irritated. The fungal is feeding on your sebum. So it's a bad combination of a lot of sebum and the fungal just proliferating because it's feeding on it. So it creates a lot of problem. It looks bad. It feels awful. And in circumstances like this, you may even need to go to a doctor for medication. Yeah, and if you continue to not treat it, you have other problems like you have severe hair losses with patches, like fungal infection, as you can see. It's called ringworm, though there's no worms there. It's just called ringworm. It's a fungal infection that looks like this, and of folliculitis, which is like having a lot of whiteheads all over the scalp. Yeah, again, these are all problems which got excavated because when you have an oily scalp issue, you did not treat it correctly, and then it just becomes a bad problem. The hair that has been lost like this, it can regrow once you manage to treat the problem. Oily scalp is something that we're naturally born with. We are born with naturally oily skin, which means you have oily scalp. If you're born with combination skin, you have a combination scalp. If you're born with dry skin, you also have dry scalp because the whole layer is the same. Our skin, our face, and our scalp is the same layer of skin. So if you're born like this, there's no cure per se. I myself now, I just have to find the best way to manage my situation. Okay, let me go to the questions. We have several questions. Okay, how can we get rid of pimples on the scalp? Yes, pimples on the scalp, just like pimples on the face, is obviously due to the fact they have open pores and there is inflammation and there's a growth. There's a sebum clog, like the one I showed you, and then you have all these problems. So once you use the right products to detox, use the right products to cleanse, every day it'll be fine, just like your skincare. You know, if you just use products that are not harsh and use them correctly, it would manage your situation. That's why. So Yiming Hu said, I have oily scalp and dry hair. Yes. So it's a very common problem we have here in Singapore, especially we have very oily scalp, and yet we have long hair and we color it or we do stuff with it and then it's dry. So then what do we do? So we'll touch on that very soon, where you can always use a very good, one of our oily scalp shampoos. We've got a few you can choose. And then you're going to use a conditioner that you apply onto your hair, which I'm going to touch on later. Yep. Will shampooing every day make my hair more oily? That's a very good question, Sophia. Shampooing every day with the right shampoo is fine. But if you're not using the right shampoo, then it could be too often and too harsh, which I'm going to talk about that very, very shortly. Yes, so let me talk about the causes for excess sebum secretion and on how severe they are. So they include things like hormone imbalances. Hormone imbalances is always a big problem for women. Pregnancy, menopause, puberty, all this will trigger an avalanche of oily scalp. Yeah, genes, of course, we are born like this. My mom has oily scalp and skin. I also followed. But the good thing about people with oily skin is that we tend to look a bit younger, also I like to think. And those with dry skin, maybe don't have much problems with their breakouts like I do, but they will tend to look a bit older as they age. People like me with oily skin may tend to look a bit more supple and younger. So I don't know which you prefer. Men, for instance, have a higher tendency of having more sebaceous glands than women. That's just a genetic thing that they have for all men. Most of the men have more sebaceous glands. And they have these hormones called the dehydrolyzed testosterone, DHT. And DHT would produce and trigger the sebaceous glands to produce a lot more sebum. So naturally, they will have more sebaceous glands and they have a DHT inside their system, which makes it create even more sebum. So that's why men tend to have oilier skin than women. Which is why the men look young, even when they're older. Okay, another reason is overwashing. What does it mean by overwashing? Because you feel oily, so naturally you want to shampoo. It's a very natural, instinctive thing to do. I feel dirty, I feel oily, I want to wash. But you see, our body is such that it's quite smart. If you wash too much, too often, when you wipe out your natural sebum, which you still need a good amount of it, when you wash it off, the scalp starts to feel dry. Then what happens? Our body says, oh no, we have no more sebum. The body will start to produce even more sebum because they think that you have no more. Yeah, so it's a fine balance we need to have. If you remember the blotters, we used to use a lot of those blotting things to blot our face. Yeah, it was a big hit, when I was a teenager. You keep blotting and blotting. It felt good. Or how many blue blotted papers can you blot? But the more you blot, you realize that after a while, your skin becomes oilier and oilier. Why? Because the face thinks that, oh, no more sebum. I need to produce more. So the same thing for a scalp. If you overwash it, yeah, then it becomes too much. I've got a question here from Lynn Tan. Hi, Lynn. Is washing hair twice a day overwashing? Yes, it is. It is. It's too much. In Europe, they wash their hair once or twice a week. Already once a day, they think we're ridiculous in Singapore or in Southeast Asia because they don't have the same climate, okay? So if you're gonna wash more than once a day, it's really too much. And I can understand why some people do it because maybe they exercise in the morning, they exercise in the evening, and so they want to feel clean. So there are other alternatives for you to do that. One way is to maybe rinse your hair just with water. So you feel clean because there's water that runs through it, but you don't have to use a shampoo to wash. Second alternative is to use something like this, a PHYTO detox spray. So you can just spray it on the scalp. You can just spray it onto the scalp and then you comb through. It helps to clean your scalp. So you feel a sense of cleanse. You feel cleansed and refreshed. Because I know quite gao wei, right? Like sticky. I also don't like, But if you wash too often, then 反效果, it becomes oilier and oilier, which is something that we don't want. Yes. Do we have products to cure my oily scalp? Yes, we have products that can definitely help your oily scalp, but we cannot cure. Anyone who tells you that they can cure an oily scalp, I'm sorry, they're bullshitting. We can't cure it because you naturally have that. It's you. We cannot change it. But what we can do is we can maintain it and we can control it so that your scalp will not become oily so fast, and therefore you feel happier. That's very important. Of course, another problem we have is using harsh detergent shampoo. Why I say harsh detergent shampoo? Some of the shampoos we have in the market, if you look at the ingredients listing, if you look at the chemical compounds in it and the way it's being formulated, it's exactly the same as your washing detergent. It's the same as the one you wash your dishes with, your dishwashing liquid. Is similar, and most of the time it's the same factory that makes it, okay? So all these shampoos always smells very nice, very bubbly, but it's too harsh. Meaning, even though you don't wash twice a day, you wash alternate days, because your shampoo is like using the cleaning liquid to wash, it becomes too harsh. And then what happens is your scalp gets very irritated and it starts to produce a lot of sebum. Yeah. So that's one of the problems. Other things that could create a lot of oily scalp is massages. We all enjoy a nice massage once in a while, but in a spa or in a hair salon, and then they like to scratch, and then they like to massage and massage. The problem when you do something like this is that it will stimulate your sebaceous glands and you produce more sebum. So this is very good if you have dry skin or dry scalp to massage, right? Do you go for facials? Just once in a while, I go for facials. And I remember going for facials as I was younger. And when they saw that I had breakouts, they would never massage my face. A good beautician will never massage your face. They'll just maybe do a bit of, acupuncture point thing. They put a face mask and stuff, but will never go and do a vigorous massage. Why? because they know by doing so, it would stimulate the sebaceous glands and it will become very active and it will make you have a lot of breakouts. So when you do that a lot with your scalp, it feels so good. After that, you walk out of that, the hair becomes very flat very fast because it's so oily, because your scalp is very stimulated. Yeah. Another way is, of course, using very hot showers. Some of us love very hot showers on our body, and then we also do it on our scalp. Please don't do that. It's really bad. I mean, I understand cold waters are not the best showers, but maybe a low, cool temperature for the hair would be great, because then you don't inflame your skin and cause redness. Yeah. Yeah, so it's very important not to have too hot water that is everything goes out of balance. Your skin starts to overcompensate, your scalp starts to overcompensate and create a lot more oiliness, things like this. So it's very important. Cindy is asking, can I use conditioner with oily scalp? Yes, you can. So when you use conditioners for oily scalp, I will suggest a couple of things. One is when you use it, if you have a hair that's long like mine, it's easy. You can just apply. Don't put the conditioner on top here, okay? You don't put conditioner like on your head. You put it here like this. The ear level and below, you apply your conditioner and then you rinse off. Or if you have shorter hair, maybe you're like a bob length. Then you, how to use now? Because I use surely will touch one, right? I would suggest you will use a leave-in conditioner, because leave-in conditioner you put on your palms and then you can apply outwards, you don't apply into your scalp. You apply onto the hair. So you can still go like this for short hair people. You can still apply and go outwards, So you still get conditioner on your hair and you can blow dry, do whatever you want. Or use a water-based conditioner. Like one of the products I love from PHYTO would be the PHYTO Keratin Spray. It's water-based, there's no silicone in it, and yet it's very soft after you use it. It helps to detangle the hair. It has thermal protection. So when you blow dry, it's good. It's anti-freeze as well. So things like that. But if your hair ends are dry, you must use something with stronger cream or conditioner, like something with plant butters or plant milks. So you can apply on the ends. Yeah, so you can use conditioner, except how you use it is very important. Yeah. So we must understand again, I must stress that oily scalp, there is no cure. We have to live with it. It's like a condition that we have. We're born with it. So we have to live with it. So we just have to find the best way to manage it so that the oily scalp doesn't disrupt our lives. Some for you to see. This product I've been using for 20 years to control my oily scalp. I have very oily scalp, by the way. Very oily scalp. So this is a shampoo. Looks like this. If you can see. Yeah, this is the shampoo, looks like this. Yeah. This shampoo smells really nice, okay? I love it. It has lemon, so it's, antibacterial, purifying. It has pine. Pine has a nice scent. There is pine bark, there's geranium flowers, there's rosemary and sage. Really helps to purify and regulate the scalp. Yes, if you look at it again. Yeah, our shampoos are like this because we don't use any chemicals to thicken it. It's all the natural, the color is also like this. This product has a lot of essential oils and plants inside. I've been using it for the last 20 years. What it does, it controls the excessive sebum production, and it prevents the sebum migration on the hair to reduce your shampooing frequency. So for example, if I shampoo at 12 in the afternoon today, normally I'll get oily by 12 in the afternoon tomorrow. When I use PHYTO Sea Dry shampoo, I would be oily maybe at 6 p.m. the next day. So I'll still get oily again, but it kind of delays. So it kind of delays the rebound effect of the scalp being oily again. Because like again, we cannot change your natural genetic form when you have oily scalp, but what it can do is helps to keep delaying and delaying and delaying. So that's very important. Yeah. So the next thing is, what I like about this, after you wash, your hair feels very bouncy and very light. It doesn't get oily again so fast, which is what we want. We know you get oily again. I know in 2 days time, if I don't shampoo, it's very oily. But at least I know it's kind of delayed. So it's very good for me. The second shampoo that we have, yes, we have two types of oily scalp shampoo. Unlike many brands, only have one or none. Is the PHYTO Panama Balancing Treatment Shampoo. What's the difference between PHYTO Cydrat and PHYTO Panama? PHYTO Cydrat is for oily scalp and oily hair, for like me, very oily one. But PHYTO Panama is for those who are oily and also sensitive. They have itching that comes with it, or because they like to wash very often. Like some of you say, I need to wash, I cannot, I need to wash once a day, I need to wash twice a day. So this is the one. It looks something like this. The color is a bit lighter, yellow, golden color. Yeah, compared to PHYTO Cydrat, which is a bit darker. I don't know if you can see, guys. Cydrat is a bit darker, and Panama is a bit lighter, like honey color. Panama smells different from Cydrat. Cydrat definitely has the lemon and pine scent. This one has the berries. Oh yes, it has juniper berries inside. So you could smell a little bit of the fruity scent. And what's great about it, it has this product called progenium. It's a patented ingredient that only PHYTO has. What is progenium? Progenium basically is a prebiotic formula. Do you know what prebiotic is? It's just like probiotics. Like when we drink Yakult, it's good bacteria in our intestine. So this is having good bacteria for our scalp. Yeah, very interesting, right? We are the first in the world to create this progenium ingredient since 2006. We've been having this ingredient and we added into Panama because we realized that some of us have oiliness and also itching, which means there's an imbalance in the scalp and there's a lot of proliferation of bad bacteria. All surfaces have bacteria. All our skin surfaces all have bacteria. So what happens is you need to have good bacteria in order to occupy the space to eliminate or to reduce the bad bacteria on the surface of your scalp. So this shampoo does it. Yeah. Valentina asked the question, any sulfate? We don't have SLS in our product. What we have is SLES. It's a very different ingredient altogether. So don't mistaken it for the SLS, which people don't like and don't want to have. So PHYTO doesn't have any SLS in our shampoos. We use SLES, but it's a natural form of SLES. It's very different. Yeah. So PHYTO Panama is great. Sometimes I like to use this, but most of the time I prefer PHYTO Cydrat because my scalp is just very oily. So itching, like you feel itchy in the scalp here and there, or because you need to shampoo very often. So for customers of mine who has sensitivity along with oiliness, I'll recommend them PHYTO Panama. But if they say, oh no, I don't really itch, but it's just very oily very fast. So then we will use PHYTO Cydrat because it's really good at delaying the oiliness from coming back. So this will be a better choice for people with very oily scalp. Yeah, so it depends on your condition and we will recommend you accordingly. So we've got a quick video to summarize the two shampoos that I just shared with you. Yes, so welcome back. So PHYTO Cydrat and PHYTO Panama is definitely a good choice for you. It's been with our PHYTO family for I think 30 years because it's been around since I was doing PHYTO, which is 20 years. So this formulation has been around with us for 30 years. Yeah, so it's a fantastic product that's helping everyone in the world manage their oily scalp. So I want to tell you very quickly about our PHYTO Detox giveaway one more time in case you missed it in the earlier segment. I was sharing with all of you that today is the 7th day of the 7th month and we're giving away 7 PHYTO Detox Spray. This detox spray is worth $39.90 each. It's a spray that you can use, everyone in the house can use. You can spray on your scalp, directly at the scalp. You can spray on your hair. What it does is, imagine like a dry shampoo, but a spray form. Imagine that you have a product that helps to cleanse your scalp immediately so you don't feel so icky and so oily. So this product is very good for that. It has eucalyptus, it has kumquat, it has burdock, niupang inside this to create this great synergy of ingredients. It's a water base. Oops, it's a water base. So it's really nice and cleansing to just spray on. And if you those who like eat hawker centers or you're hanging around people who smoke, you know our hair is very porous and it absorbs smell and the smell stays with us. So you want to spray this on so it gets rid of all the bad smell. It's like remove odors, remove bacteria. So it's a fantastic product. We just launched this some months back. Yep. So what else can help you if you have oily scalp? So the question is, do we wash more or do we wash less? I think this question is something that I can't answer for you. It depends on individual. You need to try a trial and error. Just now I was mentioning, if you shampoo more than once a day, it's really too much. So how can you reduce your twice a day washing to once a day? What you can do is you can consider just rinsing your hair with water and not shampooing it, and only shampoo it once a day. You can consider also using something like the PHYTO Detox Spray in between your washes, so you don't have to wash again more than once a day. So that's one way to do it. So you can at least feel the water in your hair. So maybe you feel better with water rinsing, but don't want to keep washing with shampoo. Even if you're using PHYTO shampoo, I don't recommend you washing 2-3 times a day. A bit sayang lah, waste of the shampoo. Secondly, if you're washing maybe only twice a week, I think that's too little. Singapore weather is too hot. You need to wash, I think at most 2 days must wash your hair once in Singapore. I would do 1.5 days because I'm trying to not overwash my scalp. Yeah. So you need to manage it with the shampoo you're using and find the best way for yourself. Okay. Next is, how do you shampoo? Do you shampoo correctly? Yeah, what do I mean by that? Shampooing is also a technique. Firstly, when you go and shampoo, first wet your hair, make it absolutely wet. Make your hair all wet, then you put your shampoo. Okay, so you put a small amount of shampoo. Do you put on your hair? No. If you have an oily scalp and you're using an oily scalp shampoo, you use your product on your scalp. You apply the product on your scalp. Okay, don't put like dandruff shampoo or hair loss shampoo or oily scalp shampoo on your hair. Unless you're using a dry hair shampoo, if not, please put the shampoo on your fingertips and you apply them all over your scalp. And always use your fingertips. Don't scratch, even though you're very short, right? But don't scratch. Use your fingertips. If you're a bit hard, you just push it down a little bit, but still your fingertips, no fingernails, okay? Don't have to massage too much and don't use super hot water either. Conditioning. You need to condition correctly as well. What do I mean? I was mentioning just now, when you condition your hair, apply the conditioner like this, your ears and below. Don't apply conditioner like put smack onto your hair, put into your scalp. Your scalp don't need the conditioner, yeah? Only your hair. So you must apply it on your hair. Yeah, apply on your hair. Doesn't matter if it's a hair mask or a leave-in conditioner, you apply on the hair. Okay? Don't put on your scalp. You have to manage the heat, be it the heat of the water you're using on your scalp, the hair dryer's heat, or the steam room you're using. Because if you have very oily scalp, you don't need to keep stimulating it with heat. So the hair dryer, when you blow dry, please blow it away. Blow it away from your hair. Don't blow onto your scalp there, okay? Next is to use products that are formulated for you, which is for someone with oily scalp, and avoid products with silicone. Yes, I always talk about this because silicone is something that is in many brands out there. It's in the shampoos, the conditioners, the creams, the styling products. Okay, I can have some serum with silicone on my ends. I think it's okay, but don't buy products, shampoos with silicones, because silicone, yes, it gives you shine, it feels very smooth, but you don't need it for your scalp. It's really bad for your scalp. So what does that mean by silicone? Anything that sounds like this, cyclometicone, emodimeticon or something dimeticon or something with CONE. These are all silicone in your products. You can go check the ingredients. If you're using PHYTO, you don't have to check because we don't have any silicone in our entire brand. Shampoo, conditioners, nothing. But most of the brands out there have it. If you do have it, I think you can only restrict it to leave-in serums at the ends, but not for your shampoos. It's really bad for it. So be gentle with yourself when you wash your hair. Don't scratch and don't be too violent, and don't brush and brush and brush too much. I know when I was young, my teacher told me, you must brush your hair 100 times a day. And I did it. But now you better don't. 100 times a day, oh my God, you not just pull out a lot of hair, you also stimulate a lot of the sebaceous glands, and you produce a lot more oil after that. So unless you have very dry scalp, then maybe you want to keep brushing and brushing. If not, please don't. Certain hairstyles would make your hair look oilier. So if you have very straight hair like me, and if you tie a ponytail downwards, it's very fast for the oil to just flow down and you end up looking very flat and limp. What are the tricks that you can do is you could, when you blow dry, you blow higher, or if you've seen those crimpers, which has those zigzag type, you can just kind of kelp your hair with all these zigzag crimpers inside, and it has this curliness inside. It helps to really stop the oil from flowing down. So people with permed hair, curly hair would not see the hair being flat so fast. Yeah. And last but not least, we could also do detox. What is detox? Detox means a period of time or process where we abstain or we rid the body of toxins, right? There's a juice detox, etc., etc. We're quite familiar with it nowadays in our world, detoxing. But our scalp and our hair also need to detox. So how can we do it other than going through a very strict detoxing diet? One of the ways is simply to use our PHYTO Detox. We have a PHYTO Detox range that comprises of 3 simple steps, and I have a short video to show you how to use it. So I'd like to share with you the 3 products that I have here. The first is the PHYTO Detox Pre-Shampoo Mask. It's a purifying treatment mask. Yeah, it's a mask, you call it a mask, but it's really not a hair mask. It's a scalp mask. Just imagine your clay mask for your face, the one that has the mud mask that helps to absorb the impurities and the oil from your scalp, from your face. So this is the same concept, except that it's for the scalp. You look at the nozzle, it comes with a very special nozzle. So it's very easy to apply. Section by section, you apply, section by section, onto your scalp. You apply it when your scalp is dry, not when it's wet. So pre-shampoo, before you shampoo, you apply it, you leave it on for, let me see, maybe 10 minutes, like a face mask. So it's like a scalp mask. And it has this gasol, it has eucalyptus, it has burdock. It helps to absorb the sebum and the dirt and the pollution, and your scalp can breathe again. You remember I showed you all the clogged pores, the clogged sebum from earlier. Yeah, this definitely helps to remove all that clogged sebum in the scalp. So this is very good for that. You just do it once or twice a week. You don't have to do it every day. We don't have time to do it every day. It smells really nice. It's like your own little PHYTO spa at home, you can just do it by yourself. And then we have the PHYTO Detox Shampoo, and it looks like this, green cream texture. And you smell, it smells great. It's very refreshing because of the eucalyptus and the burdock and the sage and the chamomile. It's fantastic. And this product is great for those of you like men who does a lot of styling like gel la, wax or you like to do a lot of curling moves or hairsprays, things like that. As long as you do a lot of styling, you use this product once or twice a week. It helps to get rid of all the residue, the styling built up on your hair. Yeah, this is very good. A lot of the celebrities, they like to use this because of all the shoots they do, right? Then they need to get rid of the build-up. So this product helps a lot. And last but not least is this particular spray, which we are giving away 7 of. It's the eucalyptus, burdock, and kumquat spray called the PHYTO Detox Spray. You can use it anytime. So you feel like, I got no time, Lynn, to do all the masks. I've got a lot of shampoos already, I don't need this. This is different. You can carry it with you, just like a hand sanitizer. It helps to sanitize your hair and get rid of the bacteria and the dirt and the dust on your hair. So it's really important, yeah, to have this. And we're giving away this product. We're giving away 7 of this product today. And I'm going to announce the 7 winners. Ching, ching, ching. Who are the winners? Let me see. Okay, we have 7 winners. Congratulations to the first winner. It's Meng Chao Chia, MENGCHAOCHIA. Congratulations, you won the PHYTO Detox Spray worth $39.90. The second winner is Michelle Goh. Michelle Goh, congratulations as well. The third winner is Chris Chi, CHC. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce it correctly. Chris Chi, CHC. Yes. And the fourth winner, we have a lot of winners today. The fourth winner is Christine Wu. Congratulations, Christine Wu. You're walking away with the PHYTO Detox Spray. The fifth winner is Annette Mango Pua. Is that really your name? Like your middle name is Mango? Oh, I love mangoes. So Annette Mango Pua, this is for you. The sixth winner is Valentina Penilla. Sorry if I pronounced it wrongly. Panella. Valentina, I pronounced that correctly. Valentina, this is for you. And last but not least, the seventh winner is Rebecca Gunn. Congratulations to the 7 of you. You're walking home with this PHYTO Detox Spray. I hope you enjoy it because I absolutely love this product. So that's the end of my session today. And I really hope it's fulfilling for you as it was for me. Congratulations to all the 7 winners. Next week, I'll be back at the same time and I'm going to talk about fine and limp hair and how can we get more volume without using a hairspray that makes our hair hard. It's easy to use a hairspray that makes it hard, right? And then it doesn't move. How do we get voluminous hair for someone like us with oily scalp and fine and limp hair? How do we do it? So we're going to talk about that next week. And this coming Thursday, on the 9th of July, for our PHYTO Passion Project, we'll have actress, model, entrepreneur, the beautiful Elsa Wang, who's joining us. She's joining us from Thailand because she's based in Thailand. So I hope to see you as well on this Thursday at 8 o'clock. Until then, I'm Lynn Tan. Please take care and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye.
This could be the moment we've been waiting for, the chance to feel alive. Nothing's gonna stop us, nothing's gonna top this, nothing like we've ever seen.